Hello everyone! And after this week's stream, it's time for this week's weekly recap from January 6th to January 10th. Let's go! Starting off with Wednesday, the first thing we do is return the blade to Alicia that we last used in the aqueduct on the door. Followed by that, she asked us to become our squire, which Sora of course accepts. After that, we get sent off to Galahad Ruins. Well, not necessarily sent to, but what we do find there is a bow. Also, we find Mikliobek, because if you remember, he was gone after the last one. And Ilbrana said he finds us, together with a bow, and we actually become able to armatize with him, like we can do with Lila. After that, we explore the ruins and some of the city, and we arrive at a broken bridge. And there, we find the water spirit that is corrupted to a Hellion. Of course, we fight him, and we beat him without a problem. After that, we return the water spirit back to Lay Lake Sanctuary for him to serve as a lord of the land. After that, we also get invited for a meeting with the Chancellor, and he tries to poison us, but luckily enough, we are saved by assassins. We escape once again through the aqueduct, where we fight a little mini-boss, and after that, because Alicia wants to stay loyal, we go to Marland. We also lose Alicia, because we have to find a way to fix the bridge, so we had to raid talk Spirit Crest, where we also find this dude that's some sort of a mix between Seraphs and whatever. Nonetheless, we also find a girl named Adna, who later becomes our Earth Sublord. Also, in the meantime, we had to escape from a dragon. With the help of Adna, we fixed the bridge, and after that, we get Alicia back, and we save right after that, and we continue to the first days. After yesterday fixing up the bridge, we also, in the beginning of the stream, activated a bunch of DLC. I must say, in shame, it took me 40 minutes to actually do everything. Nonetheless, after that, we arrived at Marland, and we had some little quests around town and whatnot. After that, we went to this haunted house. I also fought a boss that later turned out to be a Norman, who was a pretty nice guy. After that, we had to clear off some Hellion dog heads, because I think that's how they look like. And we fight this little Drake boss. Not quite a dragon, but a Drake, a younger version of a dragon. After that, we head off to the Boar's Ruins, where we fight a boss. And, well, apparently Sora does no longer feel certain entities, which kind of, well, turned to Alicia getting hurt trying to protect him from being attacked by the monster we just killed, or at least so we thought that we killed it. After arriving back at Marland, it apparently seems that Rollins and Highland are about to start a war. And the Highland people are like blackmailing us. If we don't help them, they will kill Alicia. After heading to the battlefield, where we fight soldiers to save Rohan, which is the mercenary that we hired earlier, which I forgot to mention, the General of Highland becomes a Hellion, and we have to fight him. Luckily enough for us, he was not that much of a problem, and we kill him pretty easily. Also, after that, we meet him finally, the Lord of Calamity, Heidelf. Actually, we're saved by this assassin, which something happens, we both fall down, and when we wake up, we see her next to us. And she apparently has lost her mask, because apparently the assassin is a girl. Led together to feel both unconscious. And actually decide to carry her, or at least Sorry decide to carry her up. And we head to the nearby save point, and that's where we call it the quits on the Thursdays. And of course, coming down to the Fridays. With the girl assassin on our back, we carry her to the nearby hideout after she wakes up, saying that we are being followed. Now, months later, we also learn her name, and her name is Rose. After arriving at the hideout, we also find there's a dungeon inside of the hideout, and Rose decides to take along. There are a bunch of traps which are set off by Rose by accident, of course. We finally meet up again, and not much later we get in a tight pinch, and Rose is gonna become our squire and gets the ability to armatize? Like, what? That was amazing though. Nonetheless, for the rest of the dungeon, it was pretty much the standard stuff. We did get the silver key, so now we can finally open up those beautiful, beautiful silver chests. After getting to the end of the dungeon, we find this huge map that is meant for the shepherd, about trials and whatnot. After leaving for the hideout, we actually started to head out to Roland's because we wanted to do some stuffs. To enter, we needed to Rose and Sora to pretend to be being married, or whatnot. But nonetheless, after entering the church/sanctuary that was in town, we actually get snuck up by the guard that was under questioning us before, and we have to fight him. After that, we get some stuff explained, like the Cardinal having powers alike to the powers of the Shepherd. Nonetheless, we decided to meet up at Pendrago, and we do a little test survival thing. We got our way there. And we also got to the nearby forest, where it's the new hideout of the assassins, which we completely explored for treasure. And that's pretty much where we ended up on the Fridays. Coming down to the Saturdays, it was beautiful. We finally finished up at DK64 with the 101%. We pretty much, as always, started with 150 where we left off last time. We did finish up the final level Crystal Caves and then took all the remaining bananas from outside the levels like Big Isles, going back to some other levels to get the final blueprints or whatnot. Of course, later we do have to go back for the rare coin and the Nintendo coin from Cranky. And of course, the rare coin that was from the Donkey Kong game. We almost beat Carol in one single try, but our last hit failed, thus costing us the match. And we had to start the whole fight over. But after that, we finally finished Donkey Kong 64 with our beautiful save file saying 101%. And of course, then we come to the Sunday with our first stop being to Pendrago in Tales of Zestiria, where we go to the night, we help them out, and we sneak into the church. We learn for a little specific something that we need to Pope to decipher this huge monolith, followed where we get ambushed by the Carnival in this Hellion area, or the domain as it's better said. And also Mikleo has apparently learned a new move and helps us escape. For just that brief moment he is able to break through the domain. After that we go search for the Pope and Sergei, which is the names of the night, and he learns his Lionel's Howl. After running through the field where we find this random dungeon, we pretty much explored all the way, got all the chests, but we didn't find any bosses. After that we finally end up where we were supposed to go, which is the Cambria Caverns. As always, we're through little fights, little jumps here and there. Upon exit we visit this boss, which is like some giant bird. We had a little bit of a problem with it, but with both the armortizing, it wasn't later that not much of a problem at all. After that, we arrive at Gododin and we meet the chief, and who we'll later find out is actually the running pope, who has been making fake elixir for the church for money to support his village. Nonetheless, after that we do a bunch of resting at the end, learn a bunch of talents for all the characters, and we actually run into something, and the chief shows us the way to something he wants us to see, which ends up being the Fire Trial Shrine. We work our way as always through that, and we fight this guy called Axio, which is the Protector Server of Fire. And upon beating him, we got the Fire Armortize upgraded. And this was the last weekly recap for 2015. I'd like to wish all of you a happy new year. Thank you guys for watching this video and being awesome. If you like the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Would you like to see more? Would you want to see more? Hit up the subscribe button. Would you like to see me live sometimes? Hit up that Twitch thing and follow my channel and get a notification when I go live. Would like to see last week's recap? Check the video down below. And as always, it's Ratkanos, and I am out. I'll see you guys on the next weekly recap.